Today, we're going to talk about exempt and non-exempt employees under the Fair Labor Standards Act, or FLSA. The FLSA is a federal law that regulates minimum wage and overtime pay, among other things. Most employees covered by the FLSA must be paid at least the minimum wage and be paid at least time and a half their regular rate of pay for any overtime hours they work. But the FLSA does exempt certain kinds of employees from the minimum wage and overtime requirements. So what does this mean for you and your team? Let's start out with some basic definitions first. In general, exempt employees are exempt from minimum wage and overtime requirements. The most common exemptions are called white-collar exemptions. Some of these white-collar exemptions include executives, administrative employees, professional employees, outside sales, and computer professionals. However, an employee can't just have a white-collar profession to count as exempt from overtime pay. An employee must meet the standards of all three tests to be exempt. These tests include job duties, salary basis, and salary level. Let's start with the job duties test. As shown before, exempt employees often fall into white-collar job categories such as executive or administrative employees. For each exemption category, there is an associated duties test set forth in the FLSA regulations. An exempt employee must meet all of the job duties listed in her respective job duties test. Next, there's the salary basis test. In general, an exempt employee should be paid a fixed salary or fee for certain exemptions. That means her salary won't reduce due to the quality or quantity of work she performs. Lastly, there's the salary level test. The current salary threshold is $455 a week, or $23,660 a year. So let's review once more with all the new information. In general, an employee must meet all three tests to be exempt from minimum wage and overtime requirements. The first test is a job duties test. An exempt employee must pass a job duties test that is specific to her job category. The second test includes a salary basis requirement. And lastly, the third test requires a salary level requirement, which is $450 a week or $23,660 a year. In general, exempt employees are exempt from being paid overtime, but if an employee does not meet all three of the tests, she may be classified as non-exempt and eligible for overtime pay. We know that classifying an employee can be confusing. There are also different state laws that vary the requirements on classification and overtime pay. If you're looking for more help, you can learn more at dol.gov/overtime.